Welcome back to Superstar Glam. Today's video is the review of this palette, the Artist Couture Supreme Mauves palette. I did pick this up during the Sephora VIB sale and created this look with it today. But before we jump into that, if you haven't yet subscribed, what are you waiting for? Go ahead and click the little button down below, subscribe. Also click the little notification bell, that way you're alerted every time I upload a video. And if you're interested in my review and my final thoughts, then just keep watching. So as per usual, I am going to prime my eyes using the MAC Pro Longwear Paint Pot in Soft Ochre. So I got my order this weekend, and this is my second item from Artist Couture. I have tried the loose highlighters that he has, and actually I did purchase one more thing. It's a lip oil. So I did want to try out this palette. It looked really pretty online, but I do have to say I couldn't resist, and I did try this palette yesterday. And I don't know if it was the really fine glitter particles from the formula, but I woke up today with an irritated eye, which is this eye. But I did run into other issues. It could have been the mascara that I was using. I'm not sure. All I know is that I woke up and my eye was feeling a little weird. It was hurting. It was just one of those things like where it hurt to open my eyes. I don't know. So I am a little scared to put this on again today, but I'm going to do it just because I really wanted to create this video. I'm still optimistic that it might work out for me, but it was a little bit of a struggle bus, but it could have been just yesterday. Maybe I had an off day in terms of makeup, but so I'm going to reattempt this and film this for you and give you my final thoughts on this palette at the end. Okay, I'm going to start with Exposed. There is quite a bit of kickoff, and I've mentioned before that this does not discourage me from using shadows. Just wanted to inform you. I'm going to put this just on the lid and on the brow bone. It's just a light wash. The colors that I used yesterday was the shade called Prestige, Audacious, Kinky, Risque, and Stripped Down. So today I'm going to try to use the other shades. For the crease, I'm going to go into this one right here, Kinky, and I'm taking this on a fluffy brush. Now in a smaller, denser, fluffy brush, I'm going to take Lust, this shade right here, and I'm going to use this to diffuse the top of that transition color. And so far these shades are blending out. I'm going back with Overexposed and cleaning up that brow bone. I'm taking a dense dome brush, and I'm going to take this shade called Audacious, this brown color. And I'm also going to apply this to the crease, just underneath the transition. I'm going to apply with a flat brush the shade Prestige, and I think I'm going to take this color right here. I'm going to take that and apply it all over the lid. Okay, this color is starting to apply a little patchy. The good thing is that it's going to just be my base for the other color or the shimmer that I apply over it. But just so you know, it is applying very patchy. And it's not even over the primer. It's going over shadow, because I did set that before we started. I'm taking the Dome Dense brush with that same color and just bringing it up a little further. Yeah, this color, although it's kind of blending out, it's really patchy. Like it's clinging on to texture on my eyelid, which is super weird. Yesterday I just used that color as a liner, so I really hadn't experienced this thus far. I'm gonna take a fluffy brush and go back into Audacious, and I'm gonna use this to help blend out those edges. I mean, all the other colors blend out really nicely, but it's just that one shade that's patchy. I don't know if you could tell. Okay, where I encountered the issue was applying the shimmers. So if I swatch the shimmers, they show up very pigmented. But I was having a problem when I was picking them up with my brush, because all I was picking up was flecks of glitter but no pigment. So now I'm going in with a really dense brush, and I'm going to see if I can pick up more pigment. Okay, I'm going to start off with Sex Appeal, and then with Obscene, which is this pink one right here. And since I went in with the lighter shades before, I'm assuming that's why they weren't as pigmented. So this one, since it is pigmented, I feel like I should be able to pick up more pigment, which it looks like I am. Here's the brush. But I'm going to take it one step further, and I'm going to wet my brush and just see if that was maybe a step I was missing yesterday, because I did not do that. This is definitely working way better than what I used yesterday. This is what I was hoping these shades were going to look like. Again, I just went by applying it with a dry brush, and then later just tried using my finger, which the finger application did work better also, but not as good as this. But it could be just this color. I'm still not sure. Yeah, this is really nice. But even with a wet brush, it still looks like there's some fallout. I'm going to go in with the next shade, which is Sex Appeal. There's a ton of fallout. This one's not necessarily pigmented. I feel like this one's way more, it's pigmented, but it's very shimmery. It looks good. It looks really nice. I'm going to try one more color that I used yesterday, which is this shade called Strip Down. And I want to apply that one wet, since I didn't try it. Oh no. See, this was my problem. It's just picking up the glitter. It's not that pigmented. I don't know if you can tell. Like at this point, I just made a mess digging my brush inside the pan. Okay, it definitely did work. If you could see. I'm really struggling here. I don't know what these shimmers actually remind me of is I think it was the first palette that Fenty Beauty released, and it was a bunch of shimmer shades, or a shimmer palette. Although the colors were really pretty, the formula was really dusty and glittery, and it was doing the same type of thing. Like it was a lot of shimmer and not enough pigment or not enough color, and a lot of fallout. And with that palette, I feel like it became more of like a topper, a shadow topper versus actual, shadows. I have glitter particles all over my lashes, on my lash line, all over my face. Yesterday, I made the mistake of doing my foundation first. But it doesn't matter because these are just sticking on like glue. It doesn't come off. It's literally all over my face. I don't know if you could see. Let me go wash my face and hopefully I can continue and work on the rest of my face. So this is the final look. To be honest with you, I was kind of over this whole palette that all I did was I just went in on the lower lash line with Prestige, this shade right here, and Kinky to blend out the rest and called it a day. Overall, I really do like how the look came out considering all the difficulties that I was having. I did go ahead and wash my face to remove the fallout, but there's still a lot of glitter left behind. It was all over my face and I just covered it up with all the other layers, but I could still see all the glitter that's all over my face. So my final thoughts, I'm really trying to gather my words because I've never really been disappointed. I'm a type of person that is like, that's a problem solver. So a lot of my palettes that I purchase, I make them work, even if it does require extra work or extra steps or, you know, special products, special primers, glitter glues, whatever the case may be. I think I only had like one other palette where I experienced a complete disappointment, and I think it was LA Colors or LA Splash. It was the Gatsby palette. Now, we're talking about Artist Couture, which I feel he's kind of out there in the prestigious high end because this palette was $45. And I don't mind spending the money. I mean, I just picked up the Patrick Ta, which was 68, the Natasha Denona, which was 65. So it's not about the money. It's just that for the money, I would have expected way more. And I would expect it at least the mattes to be blowing me out of the water. Where I could justify plain and dealing with the formula of the glitters. The fact that they were not that pigmented and that they were really hard to work with. You can't just pick them up with a brush, and there's tons of fallout. I think that there's a specific way to apply these. Wet brush was definitely a must. Eye shields to protect you from all the fallout. Baking under the eye is another trick. Glitter glue would have probably also worked really well, just applying glitter glue and then going on, because it would definitely make that grab. But again, justifying spending $45 to make the glitters work out, but on top of that, the formula of the matte wasn't enough for me. Like I said, all the other colors blended out really nicely. The only one I did not try at all, or the only two I didn't try out at all, was the Provocative and Royale, was this shade and this shade right here. All the other mattes I did try, but like I said, Prestige right here, this shade was extremely dry and, like I said, really hard to blend out seamlessly without having patchiness. There was a lot of patchiness, and like I said, I was okay with it just for the fact that I was going to cover it up with the shimmer shades. Now, are the shimmer shades beautiful? Yes, they're really beautiful. After the fact, after the final outcome, I really love the intensity, the shimmers that came out. That pink is really, I think out of the entire palette, that was probably my favorite one, and the one that I feel was worth it, and it doesn't feel as dry as the other ones. I love it's kind of like almost like a duochrome. Really, really pretty. I don't know if this is a typical thing for the formula of his shadows. Like I said, this was my first palette, but If this would have all been shimmers, then I think I could have said maybe it could be a palette that you purchased as a palette to complement other palettes in your collection. For example, one of the things that came to mind in terms of the formula from the glitters was the Fenty Beauty, and I'll actually pull it out. The Galaxy palette, this one right here. This one, there's some in here that don't have a lot of pigment but have like a lot of shimmer, but the shimmer goes everywhere. But I overall I did enjoy that palette because like I said, I ultimately realized that this could be like a topper to any other eyeshadows. I didn't have anything like this in my collection. And so I could have justified it if he would have done the same thing and all his shadows would have been the same formula, because like I said, then it would have been like, oh, this is a good complement to any other palette. But it wasn't, so I can't recommend this palette. I cannot approve it. I don't know. I just know that this palette did not work out for me. I can't recommend it, like I said, for the amount of difficulty that it was to work with it. But I do have to say something positive. This thing that I picked up is the Artist Couture Silky Lip Oil, is what I'm using on my lips right now. It's really, really pretty. It's really comfortable. I really did enjoy this. It's just like a lip oil. It's a thick consistency, so it almost feels like a balm, but it has like the slip of a gloss. It's really, really comfortable, and that's saying a lot because I'm not really like a lipstick or a gloss type of person. I love liquid lipsticks and I love matte lips, but this one was actually really nice. I am wearing it with my go-to lip liner, the LA Girl Semi-Permanent Auto Lip Liner in the shade Cocoa, and then applied the gloss over. So I do have to say that. And I also have to say that I don't knock this company overall as a makeup company. The loose glitters are really, really nice. A wow factor when it comes to your highlight. You definitely need to get a hold of his loose highlighters because they are really intense and I really do enjoy those. So I really hope that you found this video helpful. Please let me know down below if there's any other items you would like for me to review. I would definitely try my best to do so. Other than that, I really hope that you enjoyed this video. Please don't forget to give me a thumbs up, subscribe if you haven't done so already, and I will see you next time. Bye.